Hi guys, we now go to the final set of our network engineer minimum requirements. We will be discussing BGP, the highest paying skills for routing. Okay, so as you can see over here, a senior network administrator gets this much. Well, the tax will be bad. All right, skills matching. Definitely see BGP over there. I'm not gonna look for it. Anyway, why is BGP important? Look at this posting. Facebook had a downtime 2 years ago where it took down the entire Facebook because of BGP. Okay? So what is BGP? BGP is the interconnection of all the routers in the world. Okay? So this one. To better illustrate BGP, let's use your favorite porn sites. Okay? Let's go. Tracert www.x-art.com. When you do a trace route, it goes to the internet. Okay? So this is PLDT. Let's wait for the next hop. We are still in PLDT. Now, what does BGP have to do with this? BGP is deciding where should my tracert go. So if I see here Miami, USA, Dallas, it's BGP's job to do that. Okay? So we are now in LA. Okay? LA. Good luck, LA Lakers. Any Lakers fan here? Just wait for it to, finish. So what state do you think BGP will go to next? We are in Phoenix. We are in Austin. We are in Houston. And possibly we could go to Miami, Florida. Okay? So anyway, while waiting for those, again, repeat, it's BGP's job to bring me to these countries. So let's get BGP running. Okay? So this is our famous laboratory. Okay? So BGP uses what you call as AS number. Okay? So an AS number are a group of routers under the same administration. Alright? So for example, only the biggest organizations in the Philippines have their own AS number. Only the pangmayaman na schools, for example. Oh, it's going crazy. Anyway, let's do BGP before things go messy. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna configure some AS numbers, okay? So we're gonna do for this one AS1. For this one AS3. For this one, this is going to be AS2. And for this one, this will be AS45. Got it? Now the reason is because when they are on the same AS, it's called an iBGP. Okay? Internal. Now, for this one, since they have different AS number, this is called eBGP. Okay? So let's get that running. So the first lab for task number 4 is configure eBGP for R1 and ISP1, ISP2, ISP3. Okay? So what are the rules for BGP? I'll give you an example. Now to save time, I have pre-selected the commands. So this is the command for BGP. Now, how did we come about this? Let's go. So the first one is, according to our drawing, R1 is in AS1. So this is the AS1. Now, we have three neighbors. We have three neighbors. We'll just make this smaller. Okay, so this 45 is this neighbor. This one is that neighbor, and this one is in this neighbor. Now, what IP address do we use? We're gonna use this IP addresses over here, closest to the routers involved. So, if we check on R1, we're gonna type BP. So these are the IP addresses the neighbor statements are going to use. Okay? So again, we give the router AS number, the neighbors, the AS of the neighbor, and the directly connected networks. So you may as well as put mask on here, because you would notice that definitely. So you're gonna put 0 over here. Okay, so that will be for R1. Now, what would be the configuration for R2 or our second ISP? Okay, so we're gonna do it one by one to be exact. All right, so for ISP2, or let's just say ISP1, according to our drawing, the AS number is 45. This one. Okay. Now this is a standard command. BGP log neighbor changes. Now if we count how many neighbors are there, let's do a quick count, shall we? How many neighbors? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 neighbors. So we're gonna define 3 neighbors for R1. These are the 3 neighbors. Okay. See, this is the one on top. This one, and this one. Got it? Now we're gonna define the networks for R1, for ISP1. So for ISP1, show IP route pipe connected, pipe include letter C. It's going to be 4 networks, okay? Okay, the 4 networks, we're gonna use this one. Okay, so we're saving time. So we're just gonna put a mask for that, which is /24. Now this is important. Oh, super important. We need to have a pretend to be a real ISP. Why? We have to define this. We should create a static route going to null 0 to be discussed in the classroom. Okay, so this would be the command for BGP ISP 1. Okay, similarly, we're gonna do BGP for ISP 2. I have pre-prepared it to save us time. Okay. Also, I have prepared for ISP3. And guess what? Also for ISP4. So you just pause the video so that you get the appropriate commands for each. ISP4, ISP3, ISP2, okay? And of course, your ISP1. So let's get started. We get the ISP1 commands for, well, obviously ISP1. This one. Put that in. We visit ISP2. Make sure everything is ready. Go to ISP3. And finally go to ISP4. Okay. Now, BGP takes a long time to propagate, but fortunately, commands is very simple. Show IP BGP summary. Show IP BGP neighbor. Okay. Usually, this one would suffice. If we go to R1, oh, stupid, I haven't configured my R1 yet. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to configure R1, which is right about here. That one. Okay. Now we can resume without checking. So this is an indicator if everything is running. Okay. But of course, the best command to check is show IP route BGP. And if you notice, our fake Google, which is 8888, is right there. You can ping it. Good job. So that's it. That's BGP. Show IP BGP. These are the routes. This is the path selection attributes to be discussed in class.